handcuffs.
Taser, I think.
But neither
Stand still.
do the cops. Battling on the front line
Taser! Taser!
are Nottinghamshire's finest.
Stop over impact.
Highly trained pursuit drivers, specialists in entry and search,
4 ounces of cannabis.
rapid response firearms officers,
On police! Show yourself now!
Police, will you stop!
and the crime-stopping force of the dog unit.
Get down on the floor!
Wherever the battle takes them, they'll never back down. Because come at the hour,
Yeah, Bats, we've still got him. Up on the back wheel, offside of the road.
come at the Interceptors.
Where you from? Leeds. Leeds. Don't come to Nottingham again, will you?
Coming up,
999 activated.
a sinister late-night encounter.
We've got a male walking down the middle of the road who's carrying what appears to be a knife or a weapon.
He's gone over the island, over the grass.
A wild and witless white van man,
He's losing control at the minute, losing control.
and
Left, Pinewood Avenue.
one man's bid for freedom
Stand by.
takes a nosedive. It's Saturday night in the city centre. Most are letting off steam, but Interceptors Rob Ely and Spencer Pugh have got their minds firmly on the job.
Another pair and all at it. Come on, people.
Aside from the usual weekend shenanigans, there's nothing to see here.
I've got a vehicle at speed on Barley, just gone through a red light.
It sounds like the real action's kicking off on the other side of town.
Gone through a red light, he's crashing. He's crashing, crashed.
He's crashed.
Our dog officer's just had a bit of a fail to stop with a vehicle who's gone through a red light, nearly crashed into her. She's gone after him.
4 miles away, Interceptor Jen Else from the dog unit is behind a white van. Why it failed to stop is anyone's guess, but he's clocking twice the speed limit and wreaking all sorts of havoc.
That's straight lane, speed 60. No risk, no traffic, no slightly down.
For now, Jen's the only one on his tail.
60, got me lights on, that's stopping.
This is dog van versus white van man. A recent rain shower means the roads are wet, but the reckless driver clearly isn't a risk assessment kind of guy. To him, the roundabout up ahead is merely optional.
He's gone over the island, over the grass.
As he launches himself into the junction, an innocent motorist is nearly caught in the crossfire. Neither shaken nor stirred by his near miss, the van man puts his foot down, rapidly reaching motorway speeds.
Beachdale Road, continue on Beachdale Road. Speed is 80. Risk is low. No vehicle on the road, no pedestrian.
He's gunning it through a residential area at 4 times the speed limit. But these streets aren't built for these speeds, and he's about to find out why.
He's losing control at the minute, losing control. Stand by, speed 40.
At north of 60, the suspect spies another roundabout up ahead. He slams on the brakes, loses control, and finds himself on the central reservation.
Speed is 40, he's slowed down. We are Western Boulevard.
After his bloody nose, Jen reckons this featherweight could be throwing in the towel. When in fact, he's just taking a breather before round 2.
Yes, we've gone left onto Western Boulevard.
The local unit has now rocked up and he quickly falls in behind Jen.
I've got Just medium. Back to the red light.
White Man's response is to come out fighting, blasting across a major junction without a second thought for other road users.
It's left. We are at the lane. Left.
Fortunately, a third unit has now caught up.
General, right behind you now.
Don't take over.
So Jen steps aside and lets Interceptor Ian Coleman's X5 assume pole position.
Zulu 5, advanced vehicle, see if I can sting a tree.
And now, bringing up the rear are Rob and Spence.
Get out of the way, team.
Actually, speed 40.
That man may be outnumbered, but he refuses to be outmaneuvered.
You get 2 units to the top with 138, please.
Cops need to formulate a takedown, but it won't be easy.
The road conditions a bit too narrow to do a get by on him.
A box on these roads isn't an option, but there are always alternatives.
I want to, I'm on one road with Stinger.
There's a Stinger crew nearby, but it might not be needed.
I think he just lost the tyre actually from their side. Yeah, we have got the tyre. No 3 wheels.
He may be on 3 wheels, but this Del Boy's no joke, and his actions are increasingly rash.
We're just playing the junction with Harwell Crescent with no other vehicles.
Because of the narrow streets and damp conditions, Ian holds back. But having lost sight of his man, he's got a big decision to make. Left, right, or dead ahead? It's time to place your bets.
He's losing control at the minute. Losing control. Stand by. Speed 40.
In Nottingham, cops have been hot on the heels of a runaway white van that's been clipping curbs and running reds all over town.
We're just playing the junction with Harwell Crescent with no other vehicles.
Having given the reckless motor some space, Ian Coleman's suddenly got a big call to make.
When temp lost at the junction.
Fortunately, Rob and Spence have arrived in the nick of time.
We're going to take the straight on. You lot, spin left and right.
Now they've got all bases covered. Rob swings right,
This route, still on. Forward Crescent,
but no dice.
That was not it.
Meanwhile, Ian's gamble isn't looking too promising either.
we're just making ground. We've had to slow down for the speed bumps. Yeah, temp lost at this time.
But as he rounds a bend,
Crash, junction of Harwell Crescent. He's running.
Ian's quick to pounce.
Give your dog priority.
Also on the scene are Jen and police dog Quantum.
He's running back down towards you.
4 legs are always better than 2.
That's not him.
We've got him.
Charlie, so you've got him.
Yeah, I had a nibble on him, but he's alright. What's the card now?
By the time Rob and Spence arrive, the man who led 4 police units on a senseless crosstown pursuit is thankfully in cuffs. But why he behaved so recklessly is still unclear.
At this moment in time, the driver's been locked up for dangerous driving and failed to stop for police, and also failing to provide a specimen of a breath. Basically, just wanted to see if we'd under him for the drink, but he's refused to blow. So at the moment, that's what he's been arrested for, those 3 things. Potentially other offences once his car's had a good once over. He looks like he's a plumber.
Come dangerous driver, failed to stop her.
The car needs more than a once-over. This banger needs some serious TLC. So, while the driver's shipped off to the nick, his motor will be hauled off to the nearest mechanic.
Unfortunately, because he's lost a wheel, we can't drive it, so one of our recovery agents will come and recover it.
He's got a towing iron, look. He knew what was coming. He's got a towing iron, so I'll put it on
Ready
so
to
Cops can drag me
chuck
away.
Yeah.
He knew what was going to happen, didn't he? Bless him, at least he thought about us.
If only he'd thought about everyone else on the road. back at the nick, he gave a sample of breath and was found to be almost 2.5 times the legal limit. For the combined offences of drink driving and dangerous driving, he was banned for 3 years and received more than £800 in fines. A handy lightweight piece of kit that packs 50,000 volts. In less than 10 years of active service,
Get your hands on the railing. Do as you're told. Lads, you're going to get tasered. Just stop. Get on the floor. Get on the floor now.
the taser has sent shockwaves through law enforcement.
Taser!
I think the tasers are very effective because just having it there and people seeing the bright yellow is enough of a deterrent in itself.
Go to my colleague. Go to my colleague.
And then pointing it at someone, if they are being violent, they've got a weapon in their hands, a lot of the times is enough to actually de-escalate and bring the situation to a resolve. So it's very rarely fired.
Keep your hands up! On the floor!
It's late on a Sunday night. Interceptors James McClintock and Dan Butler are in the unmarked car on their way back to the nick.
Oh.
When a figure emerges from the darkness.
999 activated.
It's an unsettling sight and a precarious situation.
Just back off a minute, what's he got?
The man has pulled something from his waistband.
We need some assistance, please, on Hucknall Road. We've got a male walking down the middle of the road. He's carrying what appears to be a knife or a weapon. He's challenging us on Hucknall Road.
The boys don't know who he is or what he's capable of.
Yeah, he's walking down the road.
We're in an unmarked car, so I think he was trying to do a carjacking.
Their next move has to be decisive.
Just get out and taser, I think.
Taser-trained Dan's been on the force for 2 decades. He's a keen runner who's always quick off the mark.
Stand still! Police with a taser! Turn around! Turn around! Put your hands in the small of your back! Mackie, can you cuff him?
Taser's going away.
Yeah.
Get down onto your knees. Get down onto your knees. Put your hands behind your head. Coming in to cuff you now.
A robust response and a pair of tasers has had the desired effect.
You're the boss, sir! You're the boss, sir!
Subject secure.
Subject secure!
Stand up for me.
The man is compliant and even polite, but remains in an agitated state.
What's your name, buddy?
But no weapons up, no shots on me, officer!
Yeah, I'm just searching you, buddy.
No shots on me, sir. No
Gonna
shots
look
on
into
me.
your waistband, mate.
No shots on me.
All right.
No shots on me.
Stay calm, mate. Stay calm.
I'm cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber, cool.
What's your name, then?
Fortunately, aside from the long stick he tossed to the ground, he's unarmed.
Right, come and take a seat in the back of this van for us, pal.
You're going to put me in dog walking? You're not going to put dog walking, are you?
There's no dog in there, mate.
No, dog walking, are you?
No. Just it's a nice, clean van. Come
No
on,
dog walking, is it?
Primary concern now is for his mental well-being.
just take a seat in there, buddy.
All right, no
And
problem.
then we'll find out what's going to happen.
How long have you been out for tonight? Walking around?
Well, I'm institutionalised, you see. I should be living in a mental institution.
Okay.
Police owe a duty of care to anyone they've apprehended. And although this chap was wandering the streets with a potentially harmful weapon, it's clear he needs medical assistance.
We'll get you some support at the police station tonight, okay?
All right, sir.
Okay, you happy with that?
Yes, all right, sir.
Okay, you don't have
Yes,
to...
sir.
Okay, no problem at all.
Yes, sir.
The man's been arrested for a public order offence and he's off to the nick, where he'll receive a mental health assessment from the nurse. Dan and James are just relieved he's out of harm's way.
My first impressions were, until he actually dropped it, I thought that was a knife.
Yeah. The headlights were shining on it, weren't they? It was a bit, it was just all surreal. Red dot worked straight away, didn't it? As soon as we both drew, he dropped the piece of wood without even being instructed. He just went into full compliant mode. It was almost like a training scenario that we do. It's weird.
man was charged with a Section 4 public order offence, which includes threatening behaviour and intending to provoke fear or violence. He received a total of £159 in fines. In Notts, cops encounter all sorts of dangerous weapons, often relying on intel to get the most harmful off the streets.
He does place weapons all around the address and likely tested by the front door as well.
On the Friday late shift, interceptors are well accustomed to dealing with their most testing jobs. And tonight is no exception.
Caller's only seen the flick knife tonight, but knows that there's axes and machetes in the property.
Darren Chalk and Rich Elliott have just been alerted to an incident in a small town on the edge of the county.
It's now saying it's a multicoloured knuckle duster with a flick bit on it.
District cops have received intel that a man has been seen brandishing a knuckle duster.
So we're just going to travel there now to support local officers. There is a taser authority in place, so we'll see if we can assist them in locating this man and make sure that everyone at that address is safe.
Since July 2021, it's been illegal to own certain bladed weapons, including knuckle dusters, even if they never leave your home. Tonight, the boys must proceed with extreme caution.
You always go in considering, your contingencies, what could happen. Is he going to fight? Is he going to try and run? And then obviously we'll box those off and try and deal with him as safely as we can.
Before becoming a top firearms cop, book lover Rich used to work in intelligence. He's well read and ready for anything. This evening, he's got taser authority.
Foxtrot 2886.
When they get to the address, local cops are already there. And having acquired a key to the block's main entrance, they set off to find their man. The lights are on.
It's police.
But is anyone home?
Just come and talk to me in the door, chap. All I want to do is find out what's happened from your perspective.
Rich reckons he's seen something.
Contact at the front door. If he isn't property, we can see shadows moving, but he's not come to the front door.
But for the interceptors, a locked door isn't an obstacle as much as a challenge. And where there's a will, there's definitely a way.
They're saying that they can see movement inside the flat. If we're establishing that there's been some offence, then we might need to go in and get him and arrest him. If he's not answering the door, then we'll use our key.
Forcing entry may only be half the battle. Intel suggests this bloke's packing some serious weaponry.
Come to the door, mate. We do need to talk to you. If you don't come to the door and open it, we are going to have to force it, okay?
What's more, police have no idea how many people might be in there.
Last chance.
But with reports of deadly weapons,
Chucky ready?
There's no time for ifs or buts.
Please.
Despite Rich's suspicions, there's no one here. But the intel was on the money.
As you can see, it's a machete. You had intelligence that this man had access to machetes and kept them by his bed. And sure enough, that's where it was. Potentially there'll be other weapons, he won't just have one.
There's no flies on Chalky. A knife has just been found in the lounge. And now Rich has struck on something in the loft.
There's an axe.
A trio of pretty nasty tools.
A hatchet.
But while the team continue the search, Chalky's just heard footsteps outside.
No.
This bloke fits the description of the suspect.
What's that? Are you? No.
The pair are clearly startled.
After
all, it's not every day you arrive home to a house full of interceptors.
What's going on here, bro? This is unreal. This is unreal. What's going on? Listen, mate, I'm asking you to reply. Listen, I don't understand what is going on.
Right, simple question. Is your name?
No, I'm taking my coat off because if you think you are taking my breath. Listen, he's not nowhere.
The woman's erratic behaviour is giving cause for concern.
What's going on? What's going on? You need to. I don't know.
What's going on?
Meanwhile, the bloke she's with has finally fessed up to being the suspect they're after.
We've had a report. We've had a report there's been an incident early on. Right now, we're just making sure everyone's safe, okay? And I think we're going to need to talk to you in due course about what's gone off here early tonight. Right, chap?
Babe, I love you.
It's all right. I've not been arrested yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
A quick frisk reveals the man to be unarmed.
Whose coat's this? This black coat?
But Rich wants to know why the woman was so keen to ditch her coat. Stashed in the pocket, a spiked knuckle duster.
Is that yours?
That knuckle duster is mine.
And what are you doing with that?
I carried it because I like the way it looks, but obviously if I just so happened, if a gentleman grabbed me from behind and I just so happened to have it in my hand looking at him, and it would catch it.
So I found in the black coat that belongs to the female, spiked knuckle duster. These all were in a possession, but sometimes people aren't always straight with us and want to cover the partners for whatever reasons.
Police need to get to the bottom of what's really gone down. So the bloke will be questioned at the Nick.
Yeah. Give us a tenner for taxi back.
In the meantime, with the weapon seized, Rich offers a few friendly words of advice.
I know what he's telling us. I know why people tell us that. But at the end of the day, the only way we can safeguard it is if you tell us what's gone off. Okay, so have a think about it. I know it's all a bit sudden. All right, but are you sure you're okay here until the council come out? No one else is a threat to you. No one else was.
The woman insists she's safe at home. So, after an evening of twists and turns, it's time for the team to pack up and leave.
She's come back and she doesn't want him to be arrested. However, I've got machetes, we've got large knives, we've got a spiky knuckle duster that's quite distinct. He's now been arrested, so I'm quite happy that she's been safeguarded for tonight.
No charges were brought against the man, either for affray or for possession of a weapon in a private place. Nor was any action taken against the woman. However, the knuckle duster was later destroyed. Still to come. What goes up must come down. And...
Yeah, you been drinking?
No.
Oh. I'll watch it.
Jen senses someone might be telling boys.
Just hold on to the back of the van. We don't want you falling over and cracking your head open.
Nottinghamshire police receive around 170,000 999 calls a year. For the most serious incidents, the average unit response time is just 9 minutes. It's the early hours. On a residential street, CCTV captures a man walking. Soon after, there's an unmistakable glow. A car is on fire. As smoke billows from the vehicle, two people can be seen hurrying from an adjacent property before getting into the first car and driving off.
Hello, police emergency.
Hello. My ex-partner came out and was really angry. He tried to take the kids and I said I run out of the house.
Just listen to me. Is it your car that's on fire?
Yeah. It's my car.
Got officers on the way to you. Tyre coming as well.
Within 8 minutes of the call,
The police are here now. The police are here now.
a unit has arrived on the scene. So, armed with the details of the car that drove off, attention now turns to its whereabouts.
Oscar Romeo 63, just got past us, up this road.
The Mercedes A-Class has been spotted less than 2 miles from the scene of the crime.
Which direction? Inbound towards Arnold. Bye-bye.
It's not long before 3 cop cars are on its tail. Leading the pursuit, Interceptor Dan Machin.
Right. And 2, up your road. Read 40 meters.
It's time for Dan to weigh up his options.
You can narrate, please. Your pursuit's currently authorised. Thank you.
This backstreet boy certainly knows his way around town.
There's a right, followed by a further right, take one avenue.
But cops can't risk letting him get away. His Merc's packing 300 brake horsepower.
left onto Beechwood Road.
Dan's Beamer just 280.
Can we get a Stinger to Highback Road, please?
A Stinger could help tip the balance.
Subject is a left. Dead end, Kilbourne Road.
But the motor's just slipped into a cul-de-sac.
Dan, I think there's some tank traps at the end of this road.
Unless he fancies going off-road, there's no way through.
Yeah, subject is over the tank trap. Pedestrian football is 0.
Having jumped the curb, the suspect puts his boot down.
Birchfield Road again.
But the cops know something he doesn't.
They're 5-0. Left onto Hawthorne Crescent.
He's heading into yet another dead end. Either he's lost, under the influence, or he's got something else up his sleeve.
Left onto Pinewood Avenue.
It looks like it's the latter.
Step by.
Let's just hope he doesn't try any funny business. As escape attempts go, it's hardly Harry Houdini.
35 of his age, Pinewood Avenue, opposite stores.
He can fight all he likes.
You got taser authorised?
But it's 3 against 1.
One in court.
The driver is secure, but battle-scarred.
Subject has a quite clear broken right ankle. Need ambulance.
His bizarre fall has left him in need of medical attention. While they wait for the ambulance,
I'm sure they'll come as quick as they can.
his motor gets a sweep.
Oh, there's a load of cannabis in here.
A bin full of weed and a bag full of Reddies.
Yeah, a load of cash.
And that's not all.
Is that false plates in there as well? Could be, mate. Lovely.
A pair of suspected fake number plates completes the set.
All right, mate. I'm just going to caution you, so you don't have to say anything. It may harm your defence. You're not mentioned when questions up to you later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
Yeah, I get it.
All right.
But at the moment, getting nicked is the least of this bloke's worries.
You're not feeling sick or dizzy or anything like that? You're not struggling to breathe or anything?
I'm feeling sick. I might have to see my kids again because of this shit. Because of this shit. This stupid shit.
The events of the evening have finally caught up with him.
Anything I've ever cared about has been taken away.
However, despite feeling sorry for himself, the man doesn't appear to be sorry for what he's done.
You want a statement? Statement's you. Actually, statement.
The man was taken to hospital and treated for a broken ankle. But he did have his day in court, where he pleaded guilty to dangerous driving, possession with intent to supply cannabis, and failing to provide a sample for a drugs and alcohol test. He got a 12-month suspended prison sentence and was banned from the road for 4 years. No further action was taken for the suspected arson or fake number plates.
Have you had a drink at all tonight, mate?
Yeah, I've had one. Drink driving accounts for more than 200 deaths on UK roads every year.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of driving whilst over the prescribed alcohol limit. Keep going. Stop. Thank you. The legal limit is 35. You've blown 59.
For the Interceptors, it remains one of the most senseless and selfish offences they encounter.
That's a fail. You've blown 93, okay?
Drink driving's a nightmare. I think personally a lot of the time people do it because they can't be bothered to arrange alternative transport to get home. People think, I'll just risk it, I'll have a few. But then when you're out with your mates, you have a few more, and then before you know it, you're in a world of drunkenness, and you still think you're alright to drive home.
Right, you've blown 106. 106, mate, yes, I'm arresting
The whole
you.
taboo of drink driving just doesn't feature on some people's radars. Just until that one occasion when it all goes wrong.
It's the Thursday night shift. Dog handler Jen Else has just spotted a builder's van veering across the carriageway.
There's lots of night drivers on there.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to go code one with it. think it's going towards the boots, which I think's a dead end, isn't it?
Quick burst of the blues appears to go unnoticed. So Jen brings in the horn section. And the driver finally gets the message. Dog handler Jen used to be a full-time gardener, and now she's got little time for bad guys cropping up on her patch. Only time will tell if this chap needs cutting down to size.
Hello. You were all over the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, you been drinking?
No.
Oh, why were you all over the road?
It's a new vehicle.
Right, you smell of alcohol. Just turn the engine off. You had a drink? Have you had a drink?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much you had? Too much. Where are you heading at the minute? Where are you heading at the minute? Where are you heading at the minute?
Beeston.
Beeston. Have you had too much to drink? Have you had too much to drink?
No, I've had too much. I've had a swallow.
Right. Can you just pass me them keys, please? Is that all right?
The driver is hard of hearing, but readily admits he's been at the bottle.
Just hang on there for me, mate. He stinks of alcohol, basically. He's going to be pissed.
Jen needs to get a true measure of how much he's had.
No, I want you to stay in the car. That's all right. I want you to stay in the car.
Right.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, her breathalyzer isn't playing ball, so she'll have to sit tight till a backup unit can drop one off.
Just let you know, I've got a police dog in the car.
Yeah, right.
Right? So, just don't do it daft. Are you following me?
Communication issues aside, the man's licensed and fully insured, but his behaviour's raising eyebrows.
What have you took out of there? Keys? What keys? What keys are they? What you took them out for?
Because, that's my hotel.
Oh, you at a hotel, are you?
Yeah.
Right. Why are you at a hotel if you live in Nottingham?
Me and the wife
Yeah.
fell out.
How much have you actually had to drink? Go ahead. How much? Because you stink. You stink.
I'll be honest with you, I've had about 4 pints.
Thank you. You're going to be over? You've been done for drink driving before?
Yeah.
Have you?
The man's backstory offers an explanation, but not an excuse.
So why have you got in the van tonight? Well, tell me. Give me a reason. Give me a reason why. Because you were all over the road. You know, if someone happened to be walking on the pavement...
Hey, I've got no excuse, officer.
Jump out for us, mate. Jump out.
The driver knows he's in the wrong, and he knows what's coming, but he should still watch his step.
Well, watch it. That's it. You all right?
Jesus.
Just hold on to the back of the van. We don't want you falling over and cracking your head open.
Those pesky curbs can be a real nuisance. Thankfully, the backup unit has now arrived with a fully functioning breathalyzer.
So deep breath for me and one long steady breath like you burn up a balloon, okay? Yeah, ready? Deep breath and go.
A lungful from this chap will surely be a surprise to no one.
So it's 92, which is a fail, okay? Because the legal limit is 35.
He's getting on for 3 times the legal limit. A dangerous amount of booze in anyone's book.
We're arresting you for drink driving, basically. You do not have to say anything may harm your defence. You do not mention when questioned something which you later rely in court.
The only question now is, has any of it sunk in?
Do you understand everything that's happening? You've been nicked before, so you understand how it works.
To get the most accurate reading, the man will be put on the intoxilizer at the police station.
I'm gonna go park this.
Jen's job now is to find a safe place to stash his pride and joy.
Oh man, it stinks.
The van will be recovered soon. As for the driver's recovery, that could take a fair bit longer.
He's clearly been to the pub all night, 3 times over the limit. We don't do it, so why should he think he can do it? I do have empathy for people that have got personal problems, but it's just not an excuse because we have to pick up the pieces when they run someone over or they run into a member of the public and destroy other people's lives because he basically can't be asked to get a taxi home. At least we've got him off the road and he'll have a bed for the night. He's done it before. Whether he's going to learn on this occasion, I don't know.
Back at the police station, the man blew even higher, hitting 95 on the intoxilizer. He pleaded guilty in court, received almost £1,000 in fines, and was disqualified from driving for 23 months. Still to come.
It's not safe. It's been recovered.
Clarky and Phil dish out some life lessons.
I'm not having a group of lads stood on a bank where there's a potential that there's likely to be an accident and someone getting injured, right?
In the UK, around 2/3 of young drivers have no breakdown cover. But be warned, if the boys and girls in blue have to help you with your blowout, it can be a costly mistake. Interceptors Phil Broughton and Andy Clarky Clark have 5 decades of experience between them, patrolling the county's roads.
So we want to go. Hang on.
Back.
Hang on.
Sorry,
And the A46 on a Sunday afternoon always provides a fertile hunting ground.
Oscar Tango 2-1 was staying 6 on the 46 northbound with his broken down vehicle.
A BMW was blown a tyre on the busy dual carriageway. Thankfully, both driver and passengers are reported to be safe. But the fellas will need to get the Beamer off the road sharpish.
It's obviously a main arterial route up the A46, and where are we now? It's 3:15. You know, it won't be that much longer before it starts getting dark, and it's clouder anyway. So what we'll do is we'll put a closure on the lane, and then we'll see what they've got sorted out in terms of recovery. And if not, we'll get the police recovery to come out, so we're not waiting.
It's not long before they spot the stricken motor up ahead.
I'll stick it here, and then we'll put cones out.
Yeah, mate.
Music lover Clarky's been on the force since the mid-90s, back when Britpop was king and Oasis were top of the pops. Some might say that traffic management is the new rock and roll.
I'll give you a dig, Phil. We'll get them out first.
It turns out the BMW was travelling in convoy with a Fiesta, which explains the large group of people on the verge. But Phil's only got eyes for the driver.
You nearly popped. Where were you?
I just missed the lane, right?
Yeah.
Started to go off.
They're not driving on that anyway, because it...
No.
Yeah.
We're going to jack it up and just...
No, we're not doing that to the side of the road.
Changing a tyre on a fast road like this is not a particularly smart idea. Phil's got a much better one.
Right, unfortunately we're going to have to get recovery out to it, because obviously it's on motor carriageway.
The Beamer's been taken away, but this lot won't be walking home.
Have you really got slippers on?
Yeah, mate, I'm still in the car.
The footwear's not ideal. Plus, after a weekend partying in Nottingham, they were just beginning the long drive home to Norfolk.
We were just driving, and then we felt something, and I thought, that's not right. And then we felt the tyre go diff, and I said, yeah, I'm going to go home. It's the first one.
To make matters worse, the lad's got no roadside breakdown cover, so the cost of the recovery will come out of his own pocket.
It's going to cost so much money, mate. Do you know a rough idea?
About 200 quid.
You follow me. Can I get it off the road?
Right, no, you can't. It's not safe. It's been recovered. Do we not rip the tyre off?
The lads are pushing their luck, but Clarky's having none of it. The recovery truck's already on its way, together with a big fat bill.
So at the moment, the driver's pretty upset that it's been recovered, because that's going to cost him about £200, you know, and he's a little bit disgruntled at that. But the point being is, you've seen the road, you've seen how busy it is, and how unsafe it is for this car to be here like this. We're certainly not going to drive it with a flat tyre and, you know, scraped rims on the carriageway, because that's not safe to do either. It's going to put all the road users at risk. So the reality is, we'll get it to a place of safety, and then he's going to have to work out what he does with it from there, I'm afraid.
Hey, can I shoot you up in this car? We're going to get you off the road.
Thank you.
While 2 of the group are ushered safely away,
Use this lane.
There we go. So go straight out into the fast lane. Cool.
the driver finally appears to have accepted his fate.
Can he not escort us up the road?
His mates, however, are refusing to let it lie.
Charge you 150 quid. That's quite steep. Right. Well, we don't charge it.
Right. The company just do it. It's going to drop dark soon. Yeah. It's a dual carriageway. There is no hard shoulder and there's no lights. So what do you think's likely to happen? I'm not having a group of lads stood on a bank where there's a potential that there's likely to be an accident and someone going injured. Yeah. Right.
A few firm words from PC Broughton will usually do the trick.
There's not beef anything else, so I don't care.
Right.
right on cue, the source of all the friction finally shows up. Unfortunately, its driver has got some unwelcome news.
Obviously, there's nobody in the office to sort out payments or anything. The car's been released today.
Because it's a Sunday, the paperwork for the tow can't be processed until tomorrow morning at the earliest.
You know, I've got to get it sorted. I've got to get home back to Forge.
Yeah.
So, what we do, we need the car, basically.
You can't look. Oh, right, listen. Relax. Your car has got to get off the roadway, which it is doing, and it's going to the garage with a recovery phone. I understand your frustration, but this is a matter of safety, not a matter of we're being funny with you, or, right, it's as simple as that.
Clarky won't budge.
Lads need to get back to work.
But having overheard their plight, the recovery driver has made a few calls and appears to have come up with a solution.
The recovery agent's going to take them off the A46, and he's going to end up paying for the recovery, but he's going to allow them to sort the vehicle out and then obviously go off home.
Where am I going?
The Lord Ted pub.
The lads and the Beamer are being dropped off at a nearby pub, where they can replace the tyre themselves before heading back to Norfolk.
Cheers, guys. Get some recovery cover.
You tell him, Clarky.
I get that he was frustrated, and it was going to cost him a reasonable amount of money, and it was going to be stuck a long way from home. But it was a classic case, really, of poor planning, because if you're going to drive a car and you're going to travel wide and far, then you need to make sure that you've got some means of getting home if that vehicle breaks down. All told, he's had very good service and needs to stop complaining. All smiles at the end, that's the main thing, isn't it?
National Police Interceptors new next Monday at 8. Investigating the mystery of a missing plane, Archie Punjabi stars in Drama Departure, available to watch now on My5, and tonight with exclusive access inside a detention regime like no other. Brand new court-martial Soldiers Behind Bars is next.